So, y'all, I'm on my way to Wilson, North Carolina. Out here in these streets, about to run into this 5 o'clock traffic. That's gonna piss me off a little bit. Hopefully, everybody just wants to make it home instead of playing a game of who can I kill today, like every other day. Hopefully, they take a day off today, wanting to murder people in the streets. Hopefully, so I ain't got to run into no goddamn traffic, and hopefully, they don't murder me. I wanted to come in here and talk about a message I received, an email I received. Now, the email subject line was, I like your message, but and it was from a black woman. And I assumed, before I even read it, I was like, oh shit. She mad either about weave or weight loss. One of the two. These seems to be the areas where I get the whole lot of I like your message buts. This is typically what we're talking about here. So I'm expecting some diatribe about weave and, it's like, I had prepared myself to be drawled out even reading it. Before I even read it, I just saw the subject line. But I say, okay, let's see what excuses are being made today. But to my surprise, it didn't have shit to do with weave or working out. It was two other areas that, I kind of get, but it's like, I can't do shit for you. But she says she likes my message. She likes how I present a strong, prideful black man. And she likes the message I put out as far as that's concerned. But she says when it comes to voting and religion, I wasn't ready. For real, I was not ready for this shit. I'm like, okay, let's see what the problem is. So I go on to read the message, and she's like, well, she feels as though black people don't vote enough. Our ancestors, died for this shit. And it's wrong for me to suggest that black people don't vote. Now, this is not a rare thing that I see black people say to me, to others. You'll see these things posted on, on different sites and different comments that are made. And she also says, and she tied in the religion with this. And when she says she don't like how I'm, leading people away from God or leading people away from Jesus. And I didn't even know. I was like, I have that ability. I kind of patted myself on the back. Because I'm like, shit, if I'm doing that, then, then goddamn it, that means I'm waking some black people up. But she said these are her two problems with me. And let me just deal with both of these things, because these are things that you're going to deal with as well. If you are one that is not for voting, you'll deal with these types of rhetoric, especially now with what they're calling a quote-unquote big election coming up. And, when they say shit like this, it really doesn't apply to black people, but we kind of act like we are a part of America in a way to where we have some political swing. We have gotten arrogant in this way. But nonetheless, you'll see these arguments made that we need to be using our power to vote. And when anybody hits you with this shit, you need to rebut them with, well, what has our voting power got us so far? It's a very simple question. Thus far, what has voting done for us as a people? Because it's not like I just came out here like, fuck voting, without having knowledge of how the system works. That's not what's going on. I'm looking at history. I'm looking at how the government is ran and set up. I'm looking at how money controls the government. Again, I've told y'all several times that this is an oligarchy, and you can try to debate me on that, but people don't. I'll take any form of debate on whether or not America is actually an oligarchy. 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up. Incorporated. This is an oligarchy. I'll debate that with anyone. As to people arguing that this is some type of fucking democracy. And I would debate anybody on what the fuck our vote is doing, because, you know, she made her whole shit about Trump. And, you know, the reason I know this Trump propaganda is working on black people, because this is what the fuck people are saying. Oh, Trump, we got to get him. Boy, we got to get him up out of there. Black people are suffering under Trump. Not no different than we have been suffering, so it doesn't make any sense to say that. But I know the propaganda is working, because this is the argument that black people have all the time. You would think in the information, these be people that are into politics, that keep up with politics, are typically fairly intelligent people. But it's like, what are you missing? You know he lost the popular vote. You know that. You don't even have to go back to Bush's second term to see that. Donald Trump just lost the popular vote to Hillary, which wouldn't have been better, but nonetheless, these are facts. So you don't even have to go back that far. And then you also have the fact that political channels still, whether you're dealing with TV, YouTube, or anywhere else, they will not deal with the Electoral College. People don't even know who the Electoral College members are in their states. These are white folk. White folk that are in the electoral colleges in whatever state you go to, predominantly they're going to be white people in these positions. Why is that? That goes to show black people that you are not a part of America, or you would be on these electoral colleges. They would be 50-50. If you was really part of this shit like that. But you're not. You don't even know who these people are. You don't even see people on TV talking about these people at all. You don't even see people that are intelligent black people that get on YouTube and do political videos. They're not mentioning them. And I'm not going to say that they're dumb, but I know I ain't hearing shit about them. I do know that. The fact that Trump lost the popular vote, why? I don't understand why these things aren't being dealt with. So it's not like I just say fuck voting and I don't give any context as to why I feel this way, why I see the reality for what it is. And now y'all got that no tangibles, no vote running, which just means you're not voting. It means no votes. Like, y'all feel like people care. Like, it's not the reason they haven't came out and promised y'all reparations is because it's not happening. Now, I do understand that the Democrats have pandered to black people, have used black people, have used a different version of racism than the Republicans have. But y'all don't have a Democratic candidate that you can vote for that is pro-you specifically. So when you say no tangibles, no vote, when you say black agenda or no vote, you're just saying no vote, really. You arrogant, so you're saying or no vote, or black agenda or no vote or whatever. I get that, but by now y'all should just be saying, well, it looks like we're gonna have to take this one out, because every candidate has said they're not doing shit for y'all black folk. They done told you. And even if they campaign and act like they're gonna do something for black folk, once they get in office, y'all know what's gonna happen. My hands are tied. They won't let me do it. You know, this is the same games they always play. And the saddest part is that it still works. Black people are going to have to do what's hard. Voting is easy. You can go stand in the line and get your little silly ass sticker. That's easy. The hard thing that black people are going to have to do, the hard thing that we continue to not want to do at all, is unify. That's the hard thing. That's the thing we continue to stay away from. We have continued to shy away from this. We don't want to do this part. That's what makes these political arguments relevant, because we don't want to do the hard thing. And if we talk about unifying, it's to unify to vote, to do something that doesn't even make any sense, to do something that has not proven itself to do anything for black people as a whole. And I would even argue per the state. Like, y'all like to talk about local elections. You got black people in positions of power per state, and ain't nothing happening as far as the justice system is concerned, as far as tangibles are concerned. There's nothing been happening for black folk. Period. At some point, black people are going to have to realize we're going to have to do what's hard. It's not about what our ancestors did or what they were murdered for, what they died for. It's not about that. If they could have seen the process of what voting has done for us thus far, by now, they will be singing a different tune. Well, we might need to go the other way. Because that's what illogical people do. Voting is the sheer definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Letting people get on TV and pander to you, expecting different results. Now, this black woman who sent me this message, all she had was, well, black people need to exercise their right to vote. She hung most of her hat on the fact that our ancestors died for it. You'll see this. But all black folk gonna do is go vote Democrat. That's it. To get Trump out of office. That was the crux of it. We got to get him up out of there. Voting isn't even how he got in there. How you going to get him out of there with it? That doesn't make any sense. Whoever comes along is going to be anti-black. They're going to speak to us as a class. That's what they're going to do. It will not be specifically about black people, whether you want to call yourself ADOS, whether you want to be FBA, whether you want to be a goddamn Moor, whether you want to be motherfucking Israelite, whether you want to be goddamn indigenous. It does not matter. They will still be against your indigenous ass, your FBA ass. It don't matter. ADOS ass. You are not on the agenda. They don't care nothing about you and what you're talking about. Or what you're demanding. Black people are going to have to do what's hard. The one thing we've never done before we see any change in anything. That's just all it is to it. Now you can watch my videos and disagree with me with that, but argue my points. Don't give me some emotionalism bullshit about our ancestors and what they died for. Or were murdered for, really. Don't give me emotionalism. Give me some facts. What the fuck has voting done for black people? Specifically, how did Donald Trump become the president? Who is the Electoral College where you live? How did they vote? Answer these questions. Don't give me no emotional shit. And then as far as this Jesus is concerned, because she even tied it in, she said, well, prayer without actions is dead. So voting became the action. This is what she was using. And I would argue to you Christians, if you must believe in this delusion, because in my opinion, if you're a Christian, then you're falling for a delusion, which makes voting make sense. If you look at most people who vote that are black people, and really by and large black people in general, but they Christian folk. One of the greatest tricks ever played on them is working, and then they fell for the illusion of voting too. So once you decide that you're going to be a Christian and believe in this fuckery, then that makes you susceptible to all different types of fuckery. That's just what it is. So the voting illusion will continue to work because it's tradition. It's tradition that black people vote Democrat. That's tradition. Now I understand the mentality of trying to leverage the Democratic candidates to campaign to you. Specifically campaign to you and your needs. But black folk, I'm telling y'all, no. We're going to have to do what's hard. I know people may hate that because it actually requires us doing something. Come out of this whole, well, I'm living my best life, but I voted. I don't care nothing about what black folk doing, what black folk got going on. I'm not trying to unify black people. I'm not supporting black people. I'm not even thinking about the liberation of black mind. I got my sticker though. I did everything I could do. And I prayed. I prayed. This too shall pass. By the time the smoke settles and this election is said and done and over with, you're going to see where you are, black people. You're going to be where you are today. You're going to be where you was at last week. You was going to be where you was at last year, the year before that, and 4 years before that, when the motherfucker they said was so-called black. You're going to be in the same place because we're relying on a system to give us some type of tangibles. We're going to have to create that shit on our own. We're going to have to work together to make this shit work. That's the only way we're going to get this shit done. And based on the way this black woman was talking, I know she believes what she's saying. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And if you're watching my videos and you disagree with me about politics, well, then tell me why you disagree. And don't tell me that it's about no damn ancestors. Because your ancestors also followed this Jesus, this religion, and that didn't do shit for them either. So y'all gonna be about tradition, or are we gonna be about this work? Doing stuff that makes sense. I mean, because we get to choose. We're making this choice every single day. Live your best life. Fuck people as a whole. I'm gonna get this bag. I'm gonna secure the bag. I'm gonna do anything to secure the bag, even if it costs the forward progression of my people. I'll do anything for a bag. And that's, or am I gonna be about my people for once? But at least I can say I voted. This is how y'all doing. This is what y'all are doing. When are we gonna be about our people? When are we gonna be about us? When is that gonna be the mission? Because you can vote, vote and keep voting and vote and more voting and vote and vote and vote. You can do all that shit. But at the end of the day, nobody has our best interests at heart but us. So when we gonna put this bullshit to the side, instead of creating all these fucking subgroups amongst us, black by another name, this game y'all keep playing, and unify together as a people, hold each other accountable, and work together. That's the only way we gonna get shit done. Y'all think voting together is no, that ain't gonna get it. But y'all gonna see. And I hate we have to keep. It's almost like we keep having to learn the same lessons over and over again. Ain't that crazy? Is that not insane? We got to be taught the same shit over and over and over again. Listening to these fucking celebrities being caught up in their lives and what they're doing, as they're not doing shit. We got to be better about our mission. It has to become clear. Not just clear as to take it to an argument to some candidate that's not going to do shit for us anyway. It got to become clear to us first. Because every candidate you have to vote for as a Democrat has said no to a black agenda. They said no. And that's just the facts, and that's just reality. So, I mean, if you don't like me because of Jesus and voting, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take it. And I'm not going to ask that you debate me on religion, because it's a waste. I understand that conversation is a complete waste. Just do whatever helps you sleep at night. If you don't see fundamental flaws in what you believe, then carry on. But this voting shit, though, it doesn't make any sense. And I would love to see even the black woman that sent me the message, if you want to get in the comment section and answer some of these questions that I'm posing, and give me something other than emotion, because that's not doing anything for the progression of our people. Tell me what the fuck voting is doing. And if you ask me, well, what's your solution? Because you'll have people who do that. If you decide to unplug, to not be a part of the fuckery, to not be one of the sheep, motherfuckers will say, well, what's your solution? My solution is that black people stop being about bullshit. Stop being individualistic. Stop breaking ourselves off into these different subgroups of black. Be prideful and make a stand where this whole world sees we ain't falling for this shit no more. And the only way they can see that shit is if we say fuck the polls. Y'all lying. Which is what y'all gonna do anyway. If y'all, I'll say if y'all threats are real. Because I don't know about black folk. And ADOS, FBA, or whatever y'all calling yourselves this week, there aren't big enough groups to actually cause a huge, a huge scene. But if y'all true, y'all say, fuck them polls. Y'all lying. Y'all playing games with us. And we not doing games no more. That's my solution, is to unplug. Unite and unplug. The two hardest things for niggas to do. Clearly. As it's been shown. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say. Comment if you feel need to comment, y'all. Mad love. Links to follow me on social media in the description box. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.